think about, especially when it comes to your safety, right?
Yes, Iguada. And I have a story to relate to that actually. And there's this girl, let's call her Jana. And she is a student influencer who is quite big on social media. Jana thought that she had found someone he could spend her lifetime with and trusted with. And then what she thought was she had a fairy tale relationship. Yeah, fairy tale relationship, but in disguise, it is a nightmare.
Oh my god, Abby. So today we are joined by our special guest, Miss Jana, who will share her story. Miss Jana, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for having us. I'm glad to be here. How have you been? It feels like ages since we've seen each other.
You knew each other?
Yeah, we met at a fashion week show maybe like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a year ago in Japan.
Wow, what a small world we have. Since we don't know each other yet, can you tell me more about yourself?
I'm Jana Sanchez and I'm a social influencer at the same time a fashion designer.
So I think you already have an idea where this conversation is leading to. And I'm sure everyone has something hidden inside us. How can you address your side of the story?
Well, long story short, it's about me and my ex-boyfriend. We met online and started talking. And we quickly became close and I thought that I had finally found the one. He was really sweet and the kind of person who would prioritize you.
So, what happened?
Well, as an influencer, I tend to share a lot of personal information online. And I would sometimes share a house tour video or who I'm with and sometimes where I'm located at currently. And he messaged me and I can't deny that he's kind of attractive. He was my type, so I replied back. We talked for a while and I didn't know, we just kind of clicked. And it felt like I could trust him and I was excited to finally firmly start our relationship.
Then what happened next?
Well, after a month of talking, we dated.
So, isn't that a bit too fast? Especially when it happened online?
Yeah, honestly, thinking about it right now, it's kind of is so fast. I didn't know what went through my mind at all, I swear to God.
So what happened to your relationship? Is it good?
Well, at first it was, but things started to get weird. This person started asking for more and more personal information. What's even weirder is that he knows everything that I haven't said yet. And every time I tell him a story that has happened, somehow he already knows. He knows it. And during that time, I started to feel uncomfortable, and I was afraid to say anything, as my thoughts were filled with, "It's normal. We're dating. What could happen?" Those kind of thoughts.
So, what did you do at that time?
Well, I finally decided to talk to a friend about it, what was happening, and my friend was really worried, and it told me to stop talking to this person. She said that the guy seemed fishy, but I didn't believe her at first because I've talked to many guys in my life, and he seems different.
That is really sketchy.
Yeah, like, how did he know that? Is he a stalker or something?
Well, at that time, our relationship was getting intimate, and we actually once filmed a video while doing the deed.
Girl, I don't even know what to say about that.
Did he force you or something? Because I know you. That's so not like you.
No forcing was involved at that time, and I was kind of immature at that time. I was 16 and he was 21.
21? And you were 16?
Ooh, the police siren is ringing.
I got influenced quickly. And another thing happened. We filmed it, and then he asked for the video. video, and I think my biggest mistake was sending it to him.
You think? Girl, that was a grave mistake. Although I can't blame you. I mean, you were 16, basically a teen.
Yeah, I told you I was like very naive, and I thought it was normal for a couple, you know. But I realized now that it was stupid.
After that, did something change in your relationship?
Well, actually, I was not expecting anything at the time. But there was a time when I borrowed his phone, and I saw something horrifying.
I'm scared about what you're going to say.
So, I saw him sending it to a lot of people, which is the video that was supposed to be only for ourselves.
That's really sad. And he was doing it for what? Is there money involved?
Yes, he was sending it in exchange for money. I was really broken at the time because who would treat your partner like that? Like, it made me insecure, and was I really like unlovable?
So, did you file a case for that?
Yes, and the case is still ongoing, and since I'm not the only victim.
That boy is really creepy.
This world is getting scarier every day, don't you agree? Because even if you post a single photo of anything, your viewers would perceive something you don't even think about. No matter how reserved you are in posting or sharing things on social media, it always just depends on the people who check your account, right?
It would be much scarier if you overshare too much personal information online, right?
Yeah.
Well, in my case, based from my own experiences, I think we should be more careful in sharing information because you'll never know who's after you.
I'm so sorry you went through that at such a young age. But I want to congratulate you on how brave you are for speaking about it because it really takes a lot of courage to speak up, especially on something traumatizing, right?
And I just want to add that it's not your fault. None of it was your fault. You were young, naive, you just trusted someone, and you made a mistake like a human being does, right? But the most important thing is we learn from our experiences.
Aw, thanks guys. It was really fun conversing with you. Thanks so much for having me. And I hope that my story or experience will serve as a moral lesson for each and every one of us.
And I also hope that we learned a lot of new things from our guest, Miss Jana. And you should always remember that if you share too much information online, it'll be a big trouble as it causes you a lot of problems that you could never imagine that could happen.
Oh, and by the way, guys, I brought you guys a little something as a thank you.
Thank you, Jana. Thank you so much. This means a lot. Thank you.
Wada, will it be that all for this episode? Isn't that short?
Of course not. We'll be back after this commercial break. So everyone sit back and relax because we'll bring you to a lot more topics to enjoy.
They call themselves anonymous.
It's unclear who is behind that.
You have seen the headlines and heard the reports. We are facing a new kind of adversary.
One breach can bring everything to a halt. With CyberGuard, your data stays safe. Threats stop before they start.
And Alibaba Talk is back. Thank you everyone for tuning with us still. Oh wait, do you see anyone? I can feel someone in the studio.
Are you seeing something that we don't? You're kind of scaring me, Wada.
What are you talking about, Ali? Do you not see?
I Oh, it's you! I'm sorry. I thought it was a mannequin.
So anyway, shall we welcome our new guest?
Yes. So this guest of ours is a manager of a media company.
Oh wow. So earlier we had an influencer and now we have a manager. Interesting.
Why are you saying interesting while staring at the camera and nodding non-stop?
You don't know that? It's a famous meme online. You know the one with...
Anyway, why don't we introduce our guest, Mr. Kenzo. Welcome to Allegro.
Thank you for having me here, Miss Ali and Miss Sugada.
The audience might be wondering why he's here. This Halloween special episode, Mr. Kenzo right here will be sharing their spooky experience about posting on social media.
Mr. Kenzo, I have some questions for you. With so much misinformation floating around, it's crucial to verify before you share or post something. What do you think about this? Can anyone tell us about a time when misinformation spread because someone didn't check their facts?
Well, as a manager of a media company, I've heard quite a lot of stories about this. There was a cure. I'm sure a lot of people know about this. Have you heard about this? It went pretty viral on social media.
I think I've heard about it. It was the cure that is supposed to heal illness, right?
Yeah, so there was this viral post about a cure for a common illness. It looked very convincing and was shared by many well-known people. However, upon checking the source, it turned out to be a hoax. It was a scam. So, this misinformation led to people trying out unverified treatments, which could have been really dangerous to them.
That really highlights the importance of not just reading the headlines, but also digging deeper. It's our responsibility as media users, and especially to those content creators, to make sure we're not spreading false information that may cause danger to others. Anyway, going back to the topics you shared, what do you think have you learned from that topic?
Oversharing information online and its effects is not all about you being scammed or hacked, but it has more deep effects that can affect your relationship with others. You know, these days it's all about just social media. Some would just believe what they see, share, or post without even knowing if it's accurate and reliable, but not everything you see online is accurate.
I totally agree with you, partner. This just teaches us to utilize the platforms like this to not only share our life, but just a glimpse of it.
Thank you guys. We are honored to have you here. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in and participating. Remember, your online presence matters. Be smart, stay safe, and always double check before you click that button.
Let us remember to not post everything online and share too much valuable information that may be used by the wrong people. Fact check before you posting and sharing something, as it may lead to misinformation and may cause harm to others and to yourself as well.
This has been Allegro Talks, our fun and interesting but informative podcast. I am Ali and my partner here,
Wada. Until next time, keep navigating the digital world with caution and curiosity. Stay connected